Welcome to Launching the Pilot with your hosts, Brian and Paul.
Hello, and welcome to Launching the Pilot Halloween episode. I can't keep that up.
No, I wouldn't. Was it Halloween?
Yeah,
Oh,
it's Halloween.
Well, you sat on something for a minute. I wasn't sure.
Episode 140.
Yes. Hello. Oh yes, it's Halloween.
You're supposed to say season 140.
Oh, I see.
You don't even know your part. 140 episodes in, and you're still not sure what to do.
It's scary. You scared me. I wasn't quite sure what was happening there. Still not sure after 140 episodes what's happening.
And this will go out sometime, I think it's before Halloween, it might just be slightly after. It's around
guy.
then. It's
Okay.
around then.
So, Merry Christmas, everybody.
Easter, come on.
Oh.
What did the Easter Bunny bring you?
Nothing.
Disappointment.
Yeah.
That's what it brings me every year. So we're doing the Twilight Zone. This is as scary as we like to get.
Yeah, it is pretty much, yeah.
Now there's nothing wrong with your podcast listening. We don't control.
No,
we can't control the vertical or horizontal.
And there's a lot wrong with your podcast listening if you're listening to us.
And that's the outer limits as well. But we are in the 6th dimension.
Are we?
Yeah, apparently.
I thought he was in a shed.
It may look like a shed, but it is also the 6th dimension.
Oh, it's a recording studio. He thinks it's the TARDIS. Only it's a lot smaller on the inside.
Did you see the new TARDIS?
No, not yet.
All right, I can tell you all about it if you like.
Is it blue?
Outside, it's all blue. It's bigger on the inside.
Is it?
Yeah.
Has it got net curtains now?
Shoe rack.
Nice little welcome mat as you come in.
Know that film Overboard with Kurt Russell, and he builds that cabinet, and he has a little thing.
I know you were
Shoes
about
come out.
It's Halloween. Yeah. Now we're talking about that.
Yeah. I can digress.
No.
But I won't, we're back on it.
Yes. We're in the room.
Rob Sterling.
Yes. Yeah.
I like the fag in hand as he introduces it.
Well, you know, you can say that. Maybe you shouldn't say those sort of words. I mean, it is 1959. Nowadays, a fag in the hand means something different.
Still good. Still good.
There's 5 seasons I made it. 156 episodes.
Indeed.
And
Correct.
this is...
And year? What year did it start?
59 I got.
Oh yeah, 59 to 64.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's okay. That's all
And
good.
I've got... Basically, the first episode was pretty much like our podcast.
Yeah, where is everybody?
Where is everybody?
They're listening to much better podcasts.
Fools.
Our podcast will one day be number 1 through tradition, natural selection alone. The others will drop off. They'll have lives.
Yeah.
They want to do other things.
When we kill you all.
Well, it's Halloween, but I wasn't going to go that far.
Well, I don't know. This could be a nuclear fallout bunker. Yeah. I don't want to be stuck here with you, so I'll take my chances.
And a picture of Magnum, its company.
Is it still in here?
It's still around.
Where?
I'm not saying.
Oh, you're sat on it, aren't you? That's why you went. Ooh.
So, this is the first episode. Where is everybody? Where is everybody?
I don't know. I'm still looking.
Then we get a weird sort of introduction.
That's bizarre, isn't it?
Yeah.
He's pushing. He says, "How do you do?"
Yeah.
How do you do? He says he's pushing an entertainment product.
Like you people push stuff.
Yeah, that's what it's basically. It's almost like it's an advert, isn't it?
It is. No, he's going to like it's the advert people, isn't it? It's going to, you want to put your adverts in our programme because it will be this good.
Yeah, and he starts telling you about
other stories,
doesn't he? He wanders around. He's in a Wild West. The best one's when he threw some sand.
Yeah, I've got the sand one. Is for the one called the Escape Chase.
Yeah.
I'll say it's about a man who's marooned on a planet in the future by himself. The only company he has is a
woman.
That's better.
You said it, sir.
Yeah, I got it.
Who's a robot?
Yeah, I got it. The Lonely.
That's the Lonely. Sorry, yeah.
A machine woman.
Yeah, machine
man
woman.
and female. What do they do in space in their spare time? Yeah.
Off camera, whatever they like. He does. He does indicate.
He does, doesn't he? He goes, what man and woman do in their... And then at one point he goes to the devil's filing cabinet.
He does. He does. He says your man has a contract, but the third party in this case is the devil.
You may call him Beelzebub, you may call him
Frank.
whatever. The wife. So, she's just a devil.
How do you do? You gentlemen, of course, know how to push a product. That essentially is your job. My presence here is for much the same purpose, simply to push a product. To acquaint you with an entertainment product which we hope and which we rather expect will make your product pushing that much easier. What you're about to see, gentlemen, is a series called The Twilight Zone. We think it's a rather special kind of series. Essentially, people watch television to get entertained. And the keynote of this series, the thing we're concerned with, the thing we're aiming for, the thing we're working toward, is entertainment. This is a series for the storyteller. Because it's our thinking that an audience will always sit still and listen and watch a well-told story. And now that I've immodestly gone on record predicting the high quality of this series, let me very briefly show you what we mean by a special kind of series.
Yeah, I know, it's weird, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, and what was it?
The Western one is about a guy, Mr. Pickles or something, I can't remember.
Right, it's all violent. The devil was all violent. I've got here, there was planes crashing, weren't there? There was
this
trains.
is all footage of something.
Yeah, and I've got here called International Rescue. That sort of job.
Mr. Dingle's Destiny or something.
Yeah.
And
I've got, yeah.
it is a Western.
I've got here, if I had a gun. Apparently he gets a dark gun, does he? He finds it in the school playground.
Apparently, that's where you find them.
And it accidentally goes off.
And it hits its target perfectly.
It's absolutely a fantastic shot, isn't it? And
now he's being challenged throughout the land or something.
yes, yeah.
And
I've got here that Dingle had to dangle his gun.
But he's given a special potion, which for 15 minutes will make him the best shot in the world.
Yes, and as he's drinking it, he notices a guy across the other side of the table, isn't
The
it?
person who's about to face him also has the same potion.
Yeah.
Oh, how does it end?
Well, that's what he says. I won't tell you the endings.
Well, the trouble is, right, with the other two stories they briefly mention, I could find there was episodes, but I couldn't find this one about the Western.
Oh, not Dingle Dangle.
I couldn't find it under that title we called it. Mr. Dingle's Dangle. Yeah.
Dingle's Dangle. He dangles his gun. And as for a machine woman,
They all are, aren't they? No one can understand them.
if only we could find the off button.
These views are Paul's views alone.
And I stand by those views. If no one's listening, so who cares?
Yeah.
Pilot show of your series. Earl Holliman, James Gregory, starring in Where Is Everybody? So, gentlemen, please sit back and take your first trip into the Twilight Zone.
We now go into the sixth dimension.
The sixth dimension, yes, we're into the Twilight Zone. No music.
No, there is no.
There is no music on this at all, is there?
Just a man starts walking. He walks into a cafe, doesn't he?
Oh, yeah, he's got the place is here, the time is now.
Now, that's right, yeah.
Yeah, I've got guy walking down a dirt road, finds a cafe with loud music playing.
Very loud.
Yeah, I had to turn it down. Yeah, he turns it down.
Did you notice how he turns it down?
Yeah, he unplugged it. No, he went round the back of it, didn't he?
I thought he's unplugging that. He's clearly unplugging that, but the music's still playing.
But he didn't, did he? He just
I'm sure that in the scene it was saying, oh, you're going to unplug the jukebox. But they forgot and kept the music playing.
Yeah. And he's calling out, hasn't he? He's going, customer, coffee.
Cash. I've got $2.85.
I've got that here, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. He's calling out, he wants food, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Where am I? What's the name of this place?
What's the town up ahead? What's that called? Hello, hello?
Yeah, there's no one around.
But the thing is, the hob's on. It's burning.
Yeah, there's kettle boil.
He makes himself a coffee.
Yeah, he goes, yeah, customer. He keeps shouting out, and he starts talking to himself, doesn't he? So, he's... eggs over easy, I'll do that, blah, blah, blah. And still no one turns up.
He leaves in the end. He does leave some money for the coffee, I think.
Yes. He's not sure who he is.
He can't remember.
but he knows he's hungry.
He thinks he's in a dream. He says, well, I'll wake up soon.
Yeah.
So then he heads to the town.
Well, I'm going to wake up soon, and I've got his singing should do it. He starts singing.
He does.
Oh, it's awful.
Yeah, it's bad.
It's bad, yeah.
I could put a little bit in there.
Well, you could do.
Meet a body coming through the rye. If a body meet a body, need a body cry. Every laddie had...
Yeah, well, that was it. How would you think that's great?
Well, still awful the second time round. Yeah, he leaves and he puts the closed sign up, doesn't he?
Yes.
He changes the sign to closed on the door.
Yeah.
Obviously it's not
He's looking in and out the shops. There's no one around. There's a cake shop. And then
continues down the dirt road.
Then he spots a truck, doesn't he?
Well, I've got here, here's bells.
Yes.
I didn't realise.
Santa.
I didn't realise at first actually it's supposed to be the town clock, I presume. I thought someone was ringing the bells, but
I think church.
yeah, there's no one around, and he sees a lady in a car, doesn't he?
A woman? You said it, sir.
I said a lady.
We've got to get it in because the rest of the programme's just a sausage fest.
Yeah, I said lady. She was a dummy.
Which in your book is the same thing you're saying, yeah.
Well, off button, valve, same difference.
Robot.
Yeah. She moved away, the robot woman. Apparently she's on some planet.
Yeah, with some guy.
Yeah, some other guy. I've got here, see look, she sees a lady in the car, it's a dummy, in brackets, best type. Look at that. It's there in black and white.
Jesus.
No, he weren't there, it was a woman.
Was you and Ian Fleming best friends or something?
You don't want to talk about that, what happened in the war.
Stayed in the war.
Yeah. Anyway, he talks to her.
Hey, miss! Miss, over here! Look, I wonder if you could do me a favor. It's the craziest thing, but I've looked and I haven't seen anybody around. Maybe they're all asleep or something, but... Well, literally, there hasn't been a soul. Look, I don't want you to think I'm nuts or anything. It's nothing like that. It's just that... Well, it's just that I don't seem to remember who I am. Well, it's a real oddball thing, but when I woke up this morning, Well, I didn't exactly wake up. I just found myself out on that road, walking. Amnesia. Isn't that what they call it? Well, that must be what I got, because I just don't remember a thing, and I can't seem to find anybody to ask. You're the first person I've seen. Look, I really don't want you to be frightened or anything, but I was wondering if there's a doctor or something.
He does. But she's a dummy.
Yeah. At least he got a word in. Anyway.
There's a few others. Oh, God, let's cut so much out of this programme.
Oh, get out of it.
There's a phone ringing, isn't there?
Yeah, phone box ring.
But there's no answer when he gets there.
Yeah, the line's dead.
But he does notice on the phone book it says Oakwood.
Yeah, well, he phones the operator at first, doesn't he? And it's like a recording.
Yeah.
Sorry, we can't put you through, blah, blah, blah.
The number you have reached doesn't exist.
It doesn't exist.
But it says this, but you're the operator.
Yeah.
What do you mean you don't exist? The number doesn't exist?
Yeah.
Hello? 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 Operator? Hello, operator? Hello? Operator? Operator!
This is the special operator.
Operator,
The
look.
number you have reached
I just
is
wonder if
not a
anybody down
working
there could
number.
tell me.
Please make sure that you have the right number.
Operator.
Dialing it correctly.
Operator, will you listen to me, please?
This is the special operator. The number you have reached is not a working number. Please make sure that
Hey, Yara, your head's down there. I didn't dial a number. I dialed the operator.
This is a recording.
Oh,
This
Operator.
is the special operator.
Operator, look.
The number
All I
you
want to
have
know is where I
reached
am.
Not a working number.
Look, please, can you...
Please make sure that you have...
Yeah, he sees that the place is called Oakwood.
He gets stuck in the phone book box, doesn't he?
I'm not sure.
I don't know.
I don't
It's so
know.
random.
Yeah, I've got here. He's now shut in the phone box. Not exactly solidly built, and he manages to get out.
One bash and the door opens, but only a little bit, but enough that he can phone.
It just seems to rock side to side. I'm stuck. Oh no, I'm not.
So don't come.
If anyone was out there, don't worry, I'm out.
He goes to the police station.
Yeah, goes to the cop shop, yeah.
He feels like he's being watched, though.
Yeah.
He says,
Yeah.
so someone's watching me. There's a lit cigar in the ashtray.
Still smoking, yeah.
Still smoking away.
And he goes to check out the jail,
Yes.
which is behind the door.
Yeah. But this is a little town, right?
Yeah, it's got about 20
three
rooms. I know. And he hears the running tap, doesn't he?
Yes.
He's got all mod cons in those jails.
And he goes into one of the cells.
Yeah.
He turns the tap off, but then the door
starts to shut. Yeah,
so he runs back quickly and gets out. The church bells ring.
Yeah, he goes back out, he's wandering around town. Yeah, the bells.
So he goes and makes himself a Sunday. Then there's a mirror in this one. He starts talking to the mirror.
Yes. Yeah. Well, a Sunday in America, because we aren't American, but yeah, Sundays are.
We don't have Sundays in this country.
No, we don't.
Look at the size of me. You'd think I've not found Sundays in this country.
Yeah,
mister.
ice cream.
Plenty of Sundays.
Yeah, Sundays, yeah, ice creams. That's all it was just a lump of ice cream, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Hey, he starts to talk to reflection.
Mirror, mirror, mirror. I couldn't remember. Who was the one who did that song?
Dollar,
that's it. They loved each other, didn't they?
Well, David Van Day loved himself, and the other one.
That's all you needed in that relationship.
And the picture will be up next week, I can tell.
Yeah. Then he starts quoting Scrooge.
Yeah, I mean, well, bizarrely, there's a basketball schedule, isn't there?
Yes. He goes, if I'm dreaming this, I've got some really vivid dream imagination.
Yes. And
the books.
I'm sorry, old buddy, I don't recollect the name. The face is vaguely familiar, but the name escapes me. I'll tell you what my problem is. I'm in the middle of a nightmare I can't wake up from. And you're part of it. You and the ice cream and the police station and the phone booth, that little mannequin, this whole bloody town, wherever it is, whatever it is. I just remembered something. Scrooge said it. You remember Scrooge, old buddy, Ebenezer Scrooge? That's what he said to that ghost, Jacob Marley. He said, you may be an undigested bit of beef, a crumb of cheese, a blot of mustard, a fragment of an undone potato. But there's more of gravy than of grave about you. You see, that's what you are. You're what I had for dinner last night. You must be. But now I've had it, I'd like to wake up. I'd like to wake up now. If I can't wake up, at least I'd like to find somebody to talk to. Well, I must be a very imaginative guy. Nobody in the whole bloody world can have a dream as complete as mine. Right down to the last detail.
yeah, there's a load of books, isn't there? And he revolves a couple of them, and then one of them he starts, and all it is just one book, isn't it? Is it The Last Man on Earth?
It is indeed.
Yeah, obviously a bestseller because they had loads of them.
Garth Marenghi's.
The next minute he's sat on a bench, he's playing noughts and crosses. I thought he lost.
He gets.
Did he? I don't know.
No, he didn't. He got all the noughts. But it's dark now, isn't it? And the lights come on.
Yes, all the lights start turning on. I mean, he goes to the cinema, doesn't he?
Yeah, and there's a thing about the Air Force. And
yes.
he works out that his overalls he's in. He goes, I'm in the Air Force.
I'm in the Air Force, yeah.
Maybe it was a bomb, but no, a bomb wouldn't leave the town intact, and he's thinking...
So he runs in, because he thinks, oh, perhaps they're all in here.
Yeah.
No. And as he's in there, the film starts, doesn't it? And he runs up, doesn't he? He tries to see who's in the projection room, and there's no one there.
No,
So he starts running through the cinema.
And runs into a mirror. I can see how you'd run into a glass door or something. Yeah. A pane of glass. But a mirror, you'd see yourself coming towards yourself, surely.
Well, you kind of hope, wouldn't you? You kind of hope. But he was going a bit nuts now, wasn't he? He gets up, he starts running everywhere, keeps falling over.
Yeah.
He's getting clumsy now. He talks to the traffic lights.
And he starts hitting the traffic light button. furiously, doesn't he?
Yes.
On, off. And these are really good lights, because I don't know if the ones in our town or anything. You press them, you've got to wait 10 minutes from the change.
Yeah, and as soon as they change, you put one foot on the road, and the car's back.
If the car's bothered to stop for the reds.
Well,
it's optional.
it is optional.
Seems to be.
And it is very optional.
But anyway, yeah, but then suddenly we're back in a room.
Back in the room.
Back in the room. Full of people.
Yeah, there's Air Force officers.
All watching him.
All watching him, yeah.
And they said, quick, get him out, get him out.
And this is where we realise
he's in a box.
Yeah, it's a test.
He's in a little box. What's in the box? What's in the box?
Don't let him out. No.
Michael Ferris is in the box. That's what's in the box, apparently.
Help me! Somebody's looking at me! Somebody's watching me! Help me!
Get him out of there.
Help me!
Quick.
Help me! Help me!
Release the subject and the double.
Be careful, Colonel. Don't cut his hand. The glass on the clock is broken.
I can see that, Sergeant. All right, Colonel, go. He's all right, sir. Delusions, I think. He's coming out of it now. Fine. Did you get all the data recorded? Yes, sir, every bit of it. Did you get a timing on him?
484 hours, 36 minutes.
Good. I want to have a look at all the data as soon as it's compiled, and I want to see the reaction chart on him, too. Yes, sir.
The press, sir.
Oh, yes, sir. On the run, gentlemen. If you don't mind, I want to see Sergeant Ferris.
Do you consider this a success, sir?
Very much so. The man was confined alone in a box for something in the neighborhood of 484 hours. That's roughly equivalent to a trip to the moon, several orbits, and return.
And this was a simulated trip to the moon, is that right, General?
For all intent and purpose, yes.
What about these wires attached to him?
Electrodes. All of his reactions were charted and graphed. Respiration, heart action, blood pressure.
What happened to him toward the end, General, before he pushed that button or whatever it was?
What happened to him is that he cracked. Delusions of some kind, we assume. But let me tell you all something, gentlemen. If any one of you were confined in a box 5 feet square for 2.5 weeks, all by your lonesome without hearing a human voice other than your own, I'll give you especially good odds that your imagination would run away with you too. Such as his obviously did. Excuse me.
He cuts himself, doesn't he?
Yes.
He hits himself. Now, he's going... The colonel suddenly appears, doesn't he? And he goes, be careful, Colonel, don't cut him.
Yes. Because there's a little sort of dial in this box.
Oh, yeah, because when he's
cut his hand on it.
Isn't that when he's in the kitchen, in the beginning, in the cafe, there's a dial?
It could be.
I think there's a dial. He knocks it off.
All right.
He knocks a clock off. Yeah, I think it's the same dial, supposedly. Yeah, but watch his hand, Colonel.
But this was just some grunt telling him, killing the colonel. So, you're on latrine duty now, mate.
Yeah. Tomorrow you're in the box.
Yeah. And he's been in this simulator for 48 hours, is it?
No, 2.5 weeks.
No, 2.5 weeks. Sorry, I've got that.
Yeah, because the press. They're walking along, isn't it? The general's walking along, and everybody, it's like Kim Jong-il, isn't it? Everybody's looking at him going, wow, what a genius. No, it's writing down every single word this guy says. And he said what they've done, they've simulated the time it would take to get to the moon.
Back, yes.
It's 2.5 weeks, isn't it? He's been in there.
Yeah. Do a couple of orbits and come back home. He goes, that's not bad, is it?
Yeah.
He lasted all that time. It's only the last 48 hours, I think that's what that he started to crack up. He goes, it's loneliness. People need people.
Yeah, it's Mike, isn't it? Now we find out the guy is
Mike Ferris.
Oh, was it? Oh, well.
Yeah, so. But I was thinking, they said, we've got to work out how to get bypass this part of the loneliness. Why don't you stick 2 people in there?
Yeah.
Or robot woman.
Or robot woman, yeah. Or the dummy.
Yeah.
She seemed alright, didn't she? She was up for it.
The last 48 hours, that would be enough.
Because he starts telling when he was having a dream that it was a nightmare. He was in a town, he was all alone, no one was there.
It was loneliness that got to him in the end.
Yeah, he tells. And as he's being stretched out, Mike looks up at the moon and says, I'll get to you one day.
I'll be seeing you. I'll be seeing you, mate.
Yeah.
You and me, we got on a date.
Yeah. And the man in the moon waves back.
Yeah, I've got it. Yeah, I'm coming for you, moon.
Now you want shine on, how the moon live in the sky.
What was the matter with me, Doc? Just off my rocker, huh?
Just a kind of a nightmare that your mind manufactured for you. You see, we can feed the stomach with concentrates. We can supply microfilm for reading, recreation, even movies of a sort.
We can pump oxygen in and waste material out. But there's one thing we can't simulate. That's a very basic need. Man's hunger for companionship. The barrier of loneliness. That's one thing we haven't licked yet.
Next time it won't be just a box and a hanger, will it?
No, Mike. Next time you'll really be alone.
Hey, don't go away up there. Next time it won't be a dream or a nightmare. Next time it'll be for real. So don't go away. We'll be up there in a little while.
The barrier of loneliness. The palpable, desperate need of the human animal to be with his fellow man. Up there in the vastness of space, in the void that is sky, up there is an enemy known as isolation. It sits there in the stars waiting with the patience of eons, forever waiting in the Twilight Zone.
And that's it, yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, it's just the barrier is loneliness.
That's it.
And that was it. That was the pilot of...
This was 58. Okay, so they got a few of the numbers wrong.
Oh, yeah.
Because they reckoned it would take 484 hours to get to the moon and back and do a couple of orbits.
Yeah.
But where actually it's 147 hours.
Well,
this is a little bit different.
Well, yeah, but it's 8 years' time.
I think
We halved it. We got better.
They didn't know how fast they'd be going and stuff, I'm sure.
At that point, no one knew we was even going. It was all a bit...
Now, the phone booth incident...
Yeah.
Because it was bizarre. It was out of place, weren't it?
It is nuts.
That happened to Rod Sterling, and so he wrote it in it.
Oh, did
Yeah, he was late for a plane, and then he couldn't remember how to open the door to get out, and someone had to come and help him out.
Okie dokie.
Well, what's it, right, what you know?
Well, yeah, this is true. This is very true.
Did you reckon the town square?
It looked familiar.
Yes.
Is it The Simpsons?
Back to the Future.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, it's the town square from Back to the Future.
Ah.
And that was 85, that came out, so that town square's been there a while.
It's been going well, hasn't it, that set? Yeah. What else can we say about
Right, the first episode, this wasn't the first episode written. The first
it's
one
one of these. We're talking He-Man country now, aren't we?
no, but the first one written was called A Happy Place.
Right.
But the powers that be thought it was too depressing, so it never got made. But that was the first one written. Now, you may have remembered...
I doubt it. I don't even know why I'm here.
The guy,
I don't remember.
The guy who played Mike, Earl Hollyman.
Ah, right, yeah.
You might have seen him in other things.
Was he an ape?
Ape? Well, he was a Nightman.
Was he?
Yeah, twice. Did he play the dad in Nightman?
We don't talk about Nightman.
Anyway, but he's also in Forbidden Planet. And he was the cook who got the robot to make all the whiskey. If you remember that.
He's been lonely.
Yeah. He wasn't lonely, that ship was crowded. It had Leslie Nielsen on it. That's all you need.
Well, that's all you need, isn't it?
So, as a
well,
scary Halloween.
Do we score this now, or do we wait until our next episode?
No, I think we should score it now.
You want to score it now?
It's an episode all by itself. We can score it.
Okay. I enjoyed it.
You did?
I did enjoy it. I thought the premise of the Twilight Zone was quite good.
Oh, yeah, Twilight Zone, yeah.
Yeah, the stories, Yeah, okay, so it's 58, 59, and obviously they had no idea that a couple of years' time the president's going to go, get me to the moon.
Give me some of that cheese.
Yeah, I want some of that cheese before that bloody Yorkshireman and that dog get there first. More cheese, grommet. I'm going to give it a 7.
7?
It was well made.
Indeed.
It was very well made, I thought.
I'm going to go with 7 as well.
For black and white.
I don't know if it's just today's world where I'm thinking, hurry up, get on with it. But that's just my impatience. It's not even that long.
No, it's about 22 minutes, I think, wasn't it?
I was sitting here watching it in my shed thinking, come on, get on with it.
Now, did you guess it? I didn't guess it.
I didn't either.
No.
I obviously thought it was in his mind,
Yeah.
But I think I had things like, do you remember the Martian Chronicles? They sort of landed on Mars, the first lot, and the Martians made them think they were in their hometown.
Yeah.
And then they got them to drink poison or something. I thought maybe you'd say like that.
Yeah,
I just think you'd be in a box in the middle of a warehouse.
No. And they were sitting some way away from him, weren't they? Just in case something went really, really bad.
It's not like it wasn't even like a capsule module.
No, it was just a box. It was like, well,
like a shed,
like a
like a podcast studio.
Like a podcast studio, yeah.
Well, he had a little bit more technical stuff than we do.
In a podcast studio,
and a few wires.
Well, yeah, you turned the clock off because it makes a noise.
Yeah. That's what they should have done for him.
Possibly.
They could have put a dog in there with him. There's lots of options.
Could have put a picture of Magnum.
I don't know why they assumed it would be a one-man trip to the moon. Just one.
Put a picture of Magnum and say one day all men will look like this.
Won't we all look? Because the first man is out in cinemas now, isn't it? About Neil Armstrong, first man on the moon. I haven't seen it yet. I'm going to go Thursday.
I think he lands on it.
He might.
I don't want to give it away.
He might be successful. I thought it'd be more like Apollo 13. Is he going to make it? Is he going to make it?
Did he come back? Did he come back? Oh.
Spoiler. But yeah, because they had 2 men on the moon and a chauffeur. So
the chauffeur didn't get to go.
No, no. He's only there to have a couple of orbits.
And let's face it, the second man on the moon weren't quite happy about it either.
Well, yeah.
He's never let that go.
That's right off the first.
I was there second.
Well, what about the 11th man on the moon? What's he got to go on about?
Yeah. I made it to the double figures. Oh no, 10 did.
Well, less people have walked on the moon than have been Doctor Who's.
Yeah, true.
I think.
Yeah, possibly.
Well, apparently they're going back to the moon, aren't they, as well, NASA?
I thought you meant Doctor.
No. She can go back to the moon if she wants.
NASA are going back to the moon?
Yeah, apparently. They're planning to, by 2020 even, they could be preparing to go back.
Why? Will they leave? They've got a library book
keys.
to take back.
That's the keys to NASA. Those supposed to get in it.
Who had the keys last? Buzz.
Oh no, Buzz.
To infinity and beyond.
Buzz is like, well, I left half a sandwich. Can we go back? We spend millions of dollars to go back and get my sandwich.
This time I'll be first. Anyway, we've digressed. We've digressed.
We're supposed to digress. It's a short episode.
Oh, is it? Oh, let's digress some more. Well, at least we got rid of the Magnum photo.
Yes.
And we've got a picture of, well, at least 2.
Electra woman and Dinah gal.
Well, woman, yeah, there you go. A woman?
A woman.
2 of them.
Yeah, 2. Well, she's a gal. Does that count? I mean, she looks like she's in her mid-30s.
Yeah.
But gal, yeah, if you like. So next week.
Next week, what should we do next week? Is it still Halloween next week?
It is slightly still Halloween.
Is it Happy Hanukkah now? What have we moved on to?
Well, you know, we sort of go from one thing to the other. There's no theme at all. So we're going to
after 140 episodes. I think everyone knows that.
We used to have themes. I used to make you do a theme.
Yeah.
Dress up, yeah.
Yeah.
But we're going the Twilight Zone.
It's why the Electra woman thing's still there, isn't it? It's the hint again, isn't it?
We're doing the 80s.
We're doing the Halloween picture, and you're going to be dressing up.
A Dinah girl.
Yeah, I'll be Dinah girl. Yeah, I'll be the sidekick.
Well, you're the taller one, so really you should be Electra woman.
A woman?
And you've already got the outfit, so it's...
Well, that's true. That is true. And may I say, it still fits me. But anyway, we've digressed again. Where are we? Back in the room. Back in the shed.
Twilight Zone 80s we're doing.
Twilight Zone 80s.
Because you know it came back.
Yes, you told me.
In the 80s. Now I'm telling the listeners.
Listener.
Listener.
It's never plural. Never use the plural term. I wonder if he's ever dug that tunnel yet.
If you haven't listened to the first few, you wouldn't get that reference at all. It was a big theme.
It was the only thing we had.
It's a continuing story. It was just dropped.
Right back in if you have.
If anyone knows what we're talking about, ever,
please let us know. Care of Brian.
Yeah. But I sort of stuck these into the list, didn't I, for
You
Halloween?
did, for Halloween, yeah.
Because, let's face it, this is the frighteningest stuff we're going to do.
Pretty well, I don't know. Most of the things we've done is quite frightening.
Well, I think, was it the Night Stalker? We did, didn't we?
That was
Kochek, the Night Stalker.
Oh,
that was a bit get close to the knuckle for me. Buffy, I could handle.
Yeah, here we go.
And you know
There's a phrase he hasn't said for a while.
And I could easily handle anyone in the Charmed.
And that's why there's only two of us.
Or maybe
Power of two.
Maybe not Sharon Doherty. I don't think anyone can handle her. Let's wait for the replacements.
Power of two, and we are doomed.
We need a third. That's what you're saying.
We need a way out.
Well, we've got Alexa.
Oh, don't bother.
She don't know everything about this.
She might actually. You do stand a fair chance with this one.
Well, I don't if I ain't got a Wi-Fi connection.
Well, she works better that way.
She does. What is the Twilight Zone?
Twilight Zone is usually defined as the lowest level of the ocean to which light can reach or, alternatively, the ambiguous region between two categories or states or conditions, usually containing some features of both.
Yeah,
she's the only one that's the most common and steady out of all of us. She always gives the right answer.
Who is Rod Serling?
Rodman Edward Rod Serling was an American screenwriter, playwright, television producer, and narrator known for his live television dramas of the 1950s and his science fiction anthology TV series, The Twilight Zone.
Which is also a deep point in the ocean. And that's where you'll find him.
What is the programme, the Twilight Zone?
I don't know that one.
Yeah, you do. What is the Twilight Zone TV show?
The Twilight Zone is an American anthology television series created and presented by Rod Serling, which ran for 5 seasons on CBS from 1959 to 1964. Each episode presents a standalone story in which characters find themselves dealing with often disturbing or unusual events, an experience described as entering the Twilight Zone, often ending with a surprise ending and a moral. Did that answer your question?
Oh, yes.
It pretty much describes us, doesn't it?
That is my life.
To me.
Thanks for your feedback.
Oh, you're welcome. I'm glad I could help you. Sure, it's supposed to be the other way around, but
I'm not sure if we ended a moral or immoral.
Same difference.
Most of our shows are pretty disturbed. But anyway.
Anywho. Next week. Twilight Zone.
Part 2.
I should just put the music on.
Well, it'd be cheaper, but yeah, just leave it.
We should do the limits. Oh.